Kidson, and I'm here with Samantha Scroxton, who started a really awesome organization here in the city called The Locals, and I wanted just to talk to you a little about it, and why did you start this?
So the whole idea really came about when New York City started having big festivals, like Izu.
Yeah.
The first year, there was one, maybe two locals. The second year, maybe one. And then as the years went by, we found that there weren't many locals involved. So the idea was something that came back and forth between the locals themselves, wondering, did you get asked? Is there anything that anyone's asked you that you haven't provided? Do you need any help with this? And everybody, the consensus was nothing had been brought to their attention. So the initial idea was getting a petition together, getting some names in writing to show the people throwing these events that not only do the artists want to be part of this, but the fans, they want to see this too. So really it started with a petition this year. Free petition, awesome, easy as cake. Well, as soon as I made the petition, I got so many emails, artists, fans, everything. So it was pretty evident that I needed to go above and beyond just a petition. So that's when the idea of branding everything came. As soon as I started branding things, all the artists wanted to have an event. So that's where we came to the event for tonight. And I decided it should be completely free for everybody. Try to get some new people in there, get some people listening to genres they're not used to, and really show Izu and these other festival goers, if you don't know the locals, there's a reason, there's no 10. Let's get everybody there. So that's pretty much how everything started, and it's growing.
Very cool. And are you focusing on all different genres of music, like you said, or just heavily in trance? I know a lot of the scene here is heavily, like, at least what we talk to and listen to is trance, but there's so many other artists out there that do different kinds of music. That's great.
Yes.
So are you doing a kind of combination of everything?
Yes. So I'm known to love trance, so a lot of the trance artists came to me really quickly, so it made it really easy for me. Like, I know who you are, I love your music, of course I can throw an event. And then it became really evident really fast that there are so many more artists out there here in New York and surrounding cities, in Connecticut, in Boston, in Philly. They play every single genre there is to know, and they have a lot of fans. They have a big following. Something I didn't really know because I'm not as in tune to the other genres, but it got really interesting. So this event, as we know, is got a huge lineup, so I couldn't really add any other genres, but it really put me in a position to start throwing some more events. So I'm hoping maybe potentially we'll work at a monthly thing, try to get every genre in there, try to get all the fans out. Hopefully it will help with that petition too. So far the genres are really, everybody's pulling together. Everybody, even artists I'm noticing that normally play house, just really want to be part of the locals.
That's really
cool. So they're asking me like, can I play trance? I'll play trance. I like trance too. I'm like, no, you can play house. Do whatever you want. So yeah, there's every genre out there. I'm learning new genres by doing this local.
That's awesome.
Sending me stuff. So,
very cool.
What's up, guys? I'm Daniel C. here with the Locals Project tonight. Support trance. I live here in New York and I spin trance. It's my passion. I mostly produce progressive, slower kind of 128, 130 stuff. But I listen to everything from like tech trance to uplifting 140. I love it all.
Who are some of your inspirations that you would say shape the music that you produce?
My two favorite DJs are probably Paul Van Dyke and Jordan Suckley. They're just incredible live performers. Jordan will play 20 songs in an hour. PVD throws in like mashups and acapellas like crazy all over the place. In terms of like favorite producers, Ferry Corsten's old stuff is very solid.
Definitely.
PVD is also great. And then there are a lot of great new producers as well, like Will Atkinson, Johan Ekman, Alan and Envy. There's a lot of new talent getting on the scene, for sure.
Well, that's definitely part of the locals, is to get exposure for guys like you, and even the bigger guys who have the exposure, but maybe are still kind of falling under the radar a little bit.
Yeah.
So what's your view on the scene here in in New York, in the tri-state area, and even the U.S. as a whole?
I feel like it has a long way to go. It has a solid following in New York. It just needs to spread and maybe get like a little better promotion word of mouth to parties. I feel like every single one of my friends that I take to a trance party, they at the very least they're like, yo, I had an awesome time last night, and like most of them will want to do it again.
That's awesome. That's all you can hope for.
Nusdeo. I'm an artist on LCD Recordings, Airwaves label. I've had a few releases in the past year. I'm going to be continuing to release songs on his label. I like to play the dark underground side of trance music.
Very nice.
So, ready for that.
Awesome. So, who would you say some of your inspirations are, artists that have shaped what the kind of music you produce?
For years and years and years, it's always been a few artists, primarily Airwave himself, amazing artist. John 00 Fleming, one of the biggest influences in my life. A few less known artists like Relaunch and Moshik and a few other. John Digweed, huge influence to me.
These are some names you don't hear usually, that's nice.
Yeah, I like that dark underground stuff. There's not a lot of it around here, but that's what I'm here for.
Well, you gotta stay true to what you like.
Yeah.
So what would be your opinion on the scene here in New York and the U.S. as a whole?
Well, in New York itself, it's just fucking great. We have an amazing scene here. We really do. People here really dig the music. They really dig when they get that vibe going in a club, when that vibe starts at 10 p.m. and doesn't stop until 6 a.m. or later. They really dig that whole kind of like personal connection with the DJ. And I feel like we've got a different kind of, I mean, I've been to events all over the world. Well, not all over the world, but all over the place.
You've traveled.
I've traveled.
Traveled for
And you get a certain sort of vibe in New York City clubs that you can't get in other places.
Right.
Some sort of connection with the DJ and the crowd itself. It's phenomenal, and I think we have that above everyone else. I really do.
Definitely one of a kind.
Hey, what's up guys? I'm Squillo and I'm performing tonight at the Locals Connection Through Sound, and I hope you enjoy my music. My name is Squillo. I'm a trance producer based in Brooklyn, New York. I have releases on Adrian Raz Recordings, Infrasonic Recordings, and Bigger Records. And my latest release is actually it's a Monoverse remix of Correa with Mir Omar. Come in here. This is the guy.
This is Monoverse.
Monoverse.
You'll meet him later.
And I'm also doing a lot of collaborations because, I mean, with collaborations, you just figure out more about other artists, you learn different techniques. I think every artist should just collaborate with other artists.
That's a cool concept.
And right now I'm collaborating with Monoverse actually, and we're actually doing our first like 138 trance because usually he does, you know, like 130.
A little slower, yeah.
And I dig it. But now he's gonna, you know, go into like deeper side.
Good experiment. Yes. Well, I'm excited to see that.
Yeah.
So, who would you say some of the artists and producers, even just throughout your whole career as an artist and a producer, have shaped the kind of music that you produce?
Definitely Smith and Pleasure.
Okay.
I love them. Who else? Daniel Kennedy. Above and Beyond. Who else? I don't know. I just listen to like a lot of genres, so I just pick from.
Kind of gather from
everything. I just pick from there. Like I listen to some weird stuff too lately. Like I listen to Hans Zimmer from time to time.
Hey, if it helps you, it helps you.
Yeah, I know. Who else do I listen to? just a lot of weird stuff, and no, weird stuff can actually make really good tunes. Let me tell you. And let me see what else. Hi.
And so, what is your view on the trance scene, or just the scene as a whole here in New York City and over across the U.S.?
Well, in New York City, it's really growing.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And I turned 21 last year, and that's when I really discovered the trance scene here in New York.
You're a baby.
I'm still a baby. Yeah. Turning 22 on the 16th of July.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, but the trance scene here, it's amazing. Like, I never knew we had like such a big scene here in New York, because usually I'd just be on forums and whatnot, and I would think like, oh, look, this Amsterdam is a better scene than us. But we got a good scene as well.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
definitely
good.
did.
And the LA scene is also, I really
Yeah,
dig the
Cali.
LA scene. Oh my God, Exchange.
I've never been, but
I haven't been there either, but I heard it's like ginormous, like.
Yeah, a lot of the clubs, they have super clubs out there.
Yeah, like super.
We have super clubs here, but they're not really geared for trance.
Like they have gigantic lights and all
yeah,
these
the
crazy,
robot people that go around.
crazy lasers and all that.
Yeah, it's
Like
cool.
it's really sick.
Very nice.
But here I dig it.
Awesome.
Live? This shit live? Are we starting yet? I don't understand what you're doing back there. What does this mean? I'm Thomas Datt, also known as Datt Diva, Datt Ass, obviously, Papa Datt, and Thomas's dad on certain occasions. You probably have heard of me, and if you haven't, I've been around for 10 years. What are you doing with your life? Check out my music. And of course, Hail Hydrant. I've been around in the scene for like 10 plus years, bro. Yeah, I've been around for a long time, professionally 10 plus years, on labels like Above and Beyond and Tunibeats, Oakenfold's Perfecto Floro, Discover, of course, John Askew's Baby. He pretty much put out my first song, Discovered Me.
Hi. And who would you say John Askew and other artists, like especially the ones you've worked on their labels on, would you say they're inspirations of yours, the kind of music you produce?
Hell no. Actually, no, when I was listening to trance, it was in the 90s, so a lot of the shit that people consider classics now, I consider too, but I was listening to them when they were new. So like Three Drives and Black Jones Cream and anything from Blow on My Neck, like back in the days, Sasha's Remember, those were new songs to me when I was listening to them. So I guess Blow on My Neck was #1 for me. And then Matt Derry, Perry Corsten, Tiesto was a big one for me when he was still making trance music. I have a lot of his vinyls. Collecting dust.
Yeah, sure. So you've been around for a while, you've played overseas, you've run the gamut. What is your view on the scene here in the city?
In New York?
Yes.
It's been hard to crack for me personally. This is probably, I've played here the least amount of times, as opposed to like the West Coast is my favorite place to go. I'm always there, but New York has always been very difficult for me. But I hear that's how it goes when you're a certain DJ or producer, and that city doesn't really pay attention to you like the other cities do. So that's why I joined the Locals project.
Well, I think it's a very awesome project. I'm excited to see all you guys tonight. I'm here with Monoverse, and he's another artist on a locals project, and he's gonna tell you about himself.
Hi, I'm Monoverse, as she said. I'm 23, I'm from New Jersey, I'm a trance producer. I have an EP coming up with Infrasonic Recordings. I'm also working with Enhanced under their Digital Society label, just remixed Fairy Tale. I've had a couple of State of Trance plays in the last couple months, and I think that's all I have about that.
Very nice. Are there any particular artists that you listen to, even other locals that you listen to or you collab with that kind of helps you shape the music you produce?
Yeah, I'm actually really glad that you asked that, because being from New York, there's so many people and the market is like really oversaturated, but there's still people who stand out in a way. Of course, there's Echo, Mike St. Jules, Zach Roth, Thomas Datt, even Breakfast, even though I consider him one of the locals. And, it's just the trance scene here is really filled with talent. I look up to all these guys, especially like the guys I just mentioned are just really stand-up characters, and I look up to them being from New Jersey as a trance artist.
Very cool. And what is your view on the scene here in New York, even across the U.S., but mainly here in the city?
Well, I mean, the city is going through the same thing that everywhere else is in the United States, where mass marketing got involved. And, you're starting to see a lot of these really like big room house people doing really well, and the trance scene is kind of like not. I don't want to say not doing as well, but
it's falling under the radar a little bit.
Yeah, and I think what will happen is after a couple of years, people will start to look further into the music, and hopefully they'll start seeing that there's a lot of different music, and there's trance, and New York City, like I said before, is just filled with all these awesome artists. So hopefully in a couple of years, those people will move from the poppy kind of big room sound to following guys like Echo and the rest.
This is Correa. I'm here for the Locals project. I'll be spinning tonight. Lots of matchups, lots of heavy hitters, a little bit of cumbia too, because Columbia won tonight. Just come by. Thanks for coming if you see this after, and piss off the neighbors. All right, so I'm Dave Correa. At the Ignition radio show on After Hours FM. Done tracks for Night Vision with Simon Patterson. Doing stuff now with Aria, Kaeno, and David Forbes.
So as far as other artists, even big-time artists, like you said, Simon Patterson, or even just locals that you've worked with, has any of them helped shape the music that you produce?
Actually, yes. Ty is Sean. He's literally the
New Yorker.
first guy that introduced me to trance. I was a hip-hop DJ a while ago, and then I met Sean before the trance thing even, and showed me what he was playing, and got into it.
Interesting background.
Yeah.
Never heard that before. Cool. Very cool. So what is your view, and you've traveled, you've played around, you've done your thing. What is your view on the city and the trance scene here?
The scene is awakened.
Nice word.
It's definitely awesome. It at one point was dying down, and now there's like a rebirth of it. It's great.
Very cool.
Hey, I'm Mir Omar, and I'm playing tonight for the Locals project at Crime Scene at 3 in the morning. It's going to be a late set, so get ready. We're going to play a lot of fun stuff.
So tell us a bit about the music. Hey, Datt!
Hey, I like his guy. This guy's music.
You like his music?
Yeah, his music's pretty good. Hey.
Bye, dead ass.
Yeah. Well, my music background. Well, I grew up listening to a lot of older Cable and Dresden and Above and Beyond. Music definitely has changed, trance has evolved, but I still like listening to older stuff. like older Sasha, like John Digby.
Sasha.
They, you know, had a lot of trance elements back then. I still look back to their stuff these days. Still listen to a lot of newer stuff that's out on Borderline Records. It's Activist label. Sonic Element. You know, those are my favorite producers right now.
Are there any other fellow locals that you are like have you worked with, have kind of helped you with your music, and you look up to and just like to work with in general?
Definitely. A lot of them actually. As far as DJing goes, guys like Rory James, James Gill, Brad Miller, those are the guys I kind of started seeing. I've seen them play a lot. So I've learned a lot about track selection and like programming a set from them. As far as producing goes, I remixed a track with Mike Squillo for Monoverse.
Okay. We just stopped in.
It's coming out on July 7th. It's on it for Sonic, so it's going to be my first release.
Oh, cool.
Who else? Yeah, Echo and Thomas Datt are very underrated in the trance scene, but they're really good producers. So.
What is your view on? I mean, you maybe haven't been around as a producer for a very, very long time, but you know your stuff. You know your trance. What is your view on the scene here in the city?
It's good, but I think people should just listen to their music and stop worrying about what Tiesto is doing. Or what,
I agree 100%.
Why Armin won't play trance? Why blah blah blah? No, why not listen to some people who are playing trance and kind of go out of your way to find good music instead of sitting there and just like, oh,
complaining
I
about
heard Armin played. I heard Armin or Tiesto played Love Comes Again. That's the only track that he plays.
What's up, New York? This is Kaeno. Make sure you go out and support your locals. Without them, there is no music. Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Kaeno. Everyone knows me as KDB, Kaeno Dion Butler. From originally Miami, now residing in Boston and all over the world. And I make dance music.
What kind of dance music?
I specialize in mostly trance and progressive, but I have a knack for everything: techno, drum and bass, breaks, all over the place.
Very cool. Do you put music out on certain labels? Who have you recorded with?
I've recorded with Denzo, really good. Was my main go-to engineer when I was in Miami. We worked a lot together in the studio. And recently I just started, I'm coming out with a lot of my own, productions and so forth. I actually run Aria Recordings with David Forbes over in Glasgow, Scotland. Aria Nights, and I also A&R for Fraction. I work with them as well.
Awesome. So are there other artists on those labels, and even local artists, or even like big guys that you feel that you, or even even worked with, that you feel kind of shaped the music that you produce?
Artists that I've worked with that really inspired me, I would say, are Paul Van Dyke, David Forbes, Mark Sherry, Decent Noise, Brian Connie. Like, these are guys that, I've worked closely with. John O'Callaghan, I can't forget him, that's my boy. But those are guys that actually I look up to, and they've inspired me to create some of the stuff I've done. And can't forget New York's finest, Mike Push.
So you've been around. You seem like you've been doing your thing. What is your view on the city and the trance scene here, and just the basic EDM scene over across the board in the U.S.?
EDM, electronic dance music?
Yes.
I've been in the industry since I was 15.
Okay.
I've seen the growth of this particular genre of music down in Miami, George Acosta, David Padilla, so forth. And I remember coming to New York City and going to Limelight and seeing artists like Scott Project and Paul Van Dyke and Marco Vade playing over at these, the warehouse districts. So I've seen this particular genre itself grow and expand. I think there's a plus and negative side to it as well. I really feel that we've become really saturated with the type of music that's coming out. Not to name any particular genres, but it's all dance music. It's all electronic dance music. There's a plus and negative to it.
It's really blown up in the past 2 years.
Oh yeah, and that's good. But what is a sound or a track that's going to stand the test of time.
Very true.
And that's how I see it.
No, that's a good way to think about it, because there's certain tracks that everybody knows, even people that maybe don't even know what trance is, but they know that track. They know that Tiesto track. They know that Barry Corson track.
Exactly. How many times are you going to hear Cafe Del Mar remix or Madagascar?
Yes, exactly.
Those are tracks that stand the test of time, and those melodies are things that people gravitate to.
Very true. Happen like down the road from this, if anything? What would your like ultimate accomplishment make you feel like, yes, I did it, this is what I wanted?
So as I said, it started with really getting the locals here, the immediate locations here being Connecticut, Boston, Philly, and New York at EZU. I realized the petition was a little bit harder than the actual events and getting people excited. So my thought process and my desire with this grew really quickly when I realized how many artists really do have the following, have this desire and passion to play, because like I keep saying, it's completely unpaid. These guys aren't getting paid to do anything. No one's getting money. They just really want to do this. They want to be on a stage. They want to show you some music. They want to learn too. We've got a bunch of guys upstairs right now all talking to each other about how'd you get this song done? How'd you get this song on Beatport? And how'd you do this? So I think at this point in time, my ultimate goal has kind of not strayed, but really snowballed onto this idea of helping these guys get PR, get representation, and get the media involved, because we've got a lot of media here. And I feel like the media can only go as far as they're invited.
Yes, true.
So in addition to getting these artists on stages and known to more people, I want the stages full of the artists, and I want the media there. I want them to realize, like, my media friends that know trance just as much as I do, I want them to see how many house music DJs there are, how many techno locals there are, how much underground there is here. I know a lot of people don't want to pull underground
bedroom
above
DJs.
ground, but I really want to get everybody on this.
And give them exposure.
Yes.
I think that would be like a great term to describe it, like the exposure that they deserve, and wherever it goes, it goes.
Exactly. Raise awareness.
Yes. So thank you, and I hope the event is successful, and I'll be there. So I'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you, really.
No problem.
Hey everyone, this is Santos. Oh God! Just say go. How's that?
Just go.
Hey everyone, this is Thomas Datt.
Just run it. run the
And
video.
he's here to party. And that's it.
We're here to party.
In my pants.
He doesn't really like anyone, but he comes here anyway. So